There were 6 goals in Oxford United's game at Forest Green Rovers, but here too it ended on as even. It was another away game where Oxford's support outnumbered the home fans, and they were rewarded when James Constable scored from the penalty spot not once but twice in the space of 6 minutes. It would only take another 6 minutes though for the home side to be level, with goals from Jones and from Connell Platt. 2 more goals in the second half. First, United captain Adam Murray scored a brilliant free kick, only for the home side's Platt to respond with something similar at the other end. United's conference game against Grays started on time but finished very late. Oxford also finished with 3 points ahead early on after Kevin Sandwith scored 8 minutes into his first Kassam Stadium start, and James Constable notched a second for Oxford United. And that was before it really started to go wrong for the visitors. Grays had a man sent off, then they had their goalkeeper stretch it off. The good news is the injury hasn't proved to be serious. The replacement keeper couldn't stop Constable either, his 16th goal of the conference season coming 19 minutes into first half stoppage time. There was a brief rally and a consolation goal for Grays after the break before Oxford sealed the win. On loan Adam Chapman netting his first senior goal for the club. At this business end of the season, results are the be-all and end-all, and that means Oxford United can be very satisfied with their night's work at Kettering. They were 2-0 up early on.
Good delivery as well, it's ended up in. They lead 2-0. Wilmot was jumping at the back post.
Kettering had conceded as many goals in the space of 2 minutes as they had done in the previous 6 games. They were stung and they came out fighting, which wasn't ideal.
There we go.
After half-time, the home side channelled their aggression and were given a lifeline.
Mana!
And Oxford too were reduced to 10 men, with Kevin Sandwith handling the ball, leading to him being handed a red card. Kettering couldn't fashion an equaliser though, despite their goalkeeper's best efforts, and Oxford's playoff dream is still alive. By the high standards Oxford have set recently, they didn't play that well at Rushden. The home side dominated for long periods, but they couldn't keep James Constable quiet. And they couldn't keep the Oxford fans quiet for long, though former Oxford midfielder Rob Wollaston's equaliser early in the second half did dampen the United supporters' enthusiasm for a short while. Constable then won a penalty, giving him the chance to convert his 21st goal of the season. Job done. And he helped seal the match, laying the 3rd goal on a plate for Simon Clist. The playoffs are still a long shot for Oxford, but the teams around them might just be starting to fret. The Oxford fans had been queuing round the ground to get in, but hopes of a win all but evaporated when Damien Batt was sent off with barely a quarter of the game gone. United held on until half-time with 10 men, but they were breached after the break, David Bridges putting the home side in front. Their 22-match unbeaten record would be preserved, but James Constable's 22nd goal of the season would level things for Oxford. Adam Chapman was upended in the penalty area. Constable converted. Just.
Histon came to the Kassam Stadium flying high in the conference, and the Cambridgeshire side took the lead after 17 minutes with a deftly taken lob from Jack Midson. Then, though, came the game's turning point. Danny Wright's mid-air challenge for the ball flattened United keeper Billy Turley. Turley saw stars, Wright saw red, and Histon were down to 10 men. Oxford United announced on Friday that striker James Constable had signed a 3-year deal, so it was fitting the man who's been on loan from Shrewsbury scored the equaliser. However, the Shrews were set to pour cold water on his United celebration. Constable confounded his critics though by bagging Oxford's winner 6 minutes from time. Oxford chairman Kelvin Thomas confirmed today though that United have bagged Shrewsbury's and Constable's signatures on a deal which will be registered in the closed season. So all it seems that's left is the handshake and the deal's done.
And James Constable came close to scoring in the last minute of the game, but the U's failed to get the 3 points they were after.
Oxford United are still in with a chance of making the Blue Square Premier's end-of-season playoffs. They left it late against Wrexham with seconds remaining. Craig Nelthorpe crossed, James Constable did the rest, his 22nd goal of the season. Yesterday it was another must-win game, and for the fans it was a must-see. Manager Chris Wilder tried to ease problems with crowd congestion, which delayed the start for an hour. Oxford quickly made up for lost time, netting 2 in the opening 20 minutes. First, Adam Murray scored direct from a free kick. Then Simon Kliss converted Craig Farrell's cross. United's rivals also fared well, which means the U's will need a large slice of luck to make the playoffs, even if they win their remaining 2 games. The fans still believe, though, and United's next opponents have taken note. Friday's match at Burton is now all ticket.
Chapman! Adam Chapman! With just his second ever Oxford United goal! Sets the cat amongst the pigeons at the Pirelli. Could it be the goal that breaks Burton hearts? Harrod, what's the referee going to do here? It's gone the way of Burton, foul by Wilmot. Big decision for the referee Rob Whitton. Oxford down to 10.
Could it be? Could it be with 30 seconds remaining?
It's over the goalkeeper. It's headed back across by Buxton. Back in by McGrath. Deeney jumping. Scramble in there. Turley tries to get hold of it. There's a foul on him. And emotions running high in there at the moment from both sets of players.
Loads of bodies in there. Yeah, he's caught him. He's upset the Oxford players. It is a bit of a scramble, but it's a tough one to call.
Well, there's a red card in there. Sean Harrod has been sent off for Burton. The whistle's gone. And Oxford United make Burton Albion wait for their celebration.
Oxford went into the match full of belief but left knowing they face another season in the conference. Northwich were party poopers. Over the last 4 months, United have become a team that can fight back, and James Constable with his 26th goal of the season equalised, but it prompted a pitch invasion and unsavoury scenes which unsettled the Oxford players' rhythm. Northwich's players who'd threatened to walk off will have been glad they didn't, as the team that had already been relegated signed off with a 6th straight win.
You know, 10,000 Oxford fans in there, it's just incredible. So we just got to look forward. It's bitterly disappointing, of course it is. It's devastating really, because we had a chance.
Oxford, who earlier this year were deducted 5 points for an admin error, ultimately missed out on the playoffs by 4.